Best DraftKings, FanDuel Daily Fantasy Football Picks. For Week 17 of the 2017 NFL season, the daily fantasy sports site DraftKings is running a $4 million $80th million special. FanDuel is running a $1.2 million Sunday Million. Before you enter a daily fantasy lineup on DraftKings or FanDuel, you need to hear what professional DFS player Mike McClure has to say. McClure has more than $1 million in career DFS winnings and is rolling through this season, entering multiple lineups that have already cashed big. Last week, he jumped all over Patriots running back Dion Lewis as a strong selection at $7,200 on FanDuel. The result, Lewis exploded with a career day that included 24 carries for 129 yards, 5 catches for 24 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He returned a season-best 29.8 FT points, or 4x value. Owners who had him in their lineups were well on their way to a huge DFS payout. Now, McClure has exhaustively studied the matchups, injuries and depth charts for Sunday's slate and has again locked in his optimal NFL DFS lineup. And he's sharing it over at Sportsline. One player he absolutely loves in Week 17, Titans receiver Eric Decker, $3,200 on DraftKings, $4,900 on FanDuel. Decker has been heating up in recent weeks, becoming a bigger part of the Titans' passing attack. He has recorded over 60 yards the past 2 weeks and was Marcus Mariota's go-to receiver against the Rams, making 6 catches for 73 yards on 10 targets. He came up 1 yard short of a touchdown and is a real threat to find the end zone this week. That's because the Titans will likely be without running back DeMarco Murray, knee, in a must-win game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Expect Tennessee, which has been using more no-huddle offense, to rely on the passing game more with the playoffs on the line. And while the Jags are extremely stout against the pass, they could rest star corners Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Bye for some or all of the game since their playoff seed is already locked in. Lock in Decker at his affordable price and you'll have plenty of room to roster a huge stud like Saints running back Alvin Kamara, $7,900 on DraftKings, $8,800 on FanDuel. The Saints have plenty to play for, win and they'll clinch the division and host a postseason game. Kamara has 13 receptions and a touchdown in his last 2 games along with 76 yards rushing. Now he has a date with a Buccaneers defense that's 24th in both rushing yards allowed, 119.2, and points allowed, 23.9. Falcons back Devonta Freeman lit them up for 126 yards and a score 2 weeks ago. The last time Kamara faced the Bucs, he went off for over 150 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns. Lock him into your DraftKings and FanDuel lineups with confidence in Week 17. McClure is also targeting a sleeper tight end you might not even be thinking about with a dream matchup against a secondary that has proven it can't cover that position. He knows this player is in line for huge production. Picks like these could be the difference between winning your tournaments or going home empty-handed. So who is DFS pro Mike McClure putting in his optimal DFS lineup this week? Visit Sportsline now to see the full Week 17 tournament lineup from a professional DFS player who nailed Dion Lewis' breakout performance last week and has over $1 million in career winnings, and find out